spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama.
The agony of defeat. I know how those guys feel right now. All right, so I decided that I would start A, putting a position on UVXY that I was going to share publicly, and B, sharing my P&L publicly right before a spike. So you get to watch me lose money in public and look really bad in public, so it's kind of fun. So let's get back to it again. All right, so we started out yesterday. I think this account had $5,700 in it. Today, by the end of the day, it was down to like $3,500, something like that. And this is how it shows us ending the day. Okay, I'll get out of the way here. So down $4,779. And that is how it shows us ending the day. Down, let me blow this up so you can see it. The account going from $5,700 to $952 in 2 days. So I start a series to be like real trading, and I'm completely almost blew the account out in 2 days. But this is actually fake news, folks, and I'll explain to you why coming up right now on the show. So stick with us. We'll show you why this is fake news, and we'll look forward as to what's going on next, and we'll talk about how we handle losses coming up next. All right, so this is, it shows us losing $47.79, and this is actually with this UVXY closing 37. It was actually up to like over 42 after the close today. If we take a look at the chart here, we can see after the close, now, here we go. After the close, UVXY, we see it skyrocketing. If I get out of the way for a second, skyrocketing up all the way to 42.88, okay? And, but on the close, which was way down here at 38, it had us losing $4,700. And you can see here, if we look on the top here, we can verify this information. This is real. This is real. This is not like some, made up thing where they only show you when they make money or something. This is the real deal. So check it out. If we look on the top here, if I get slightly out of the way, and we pull this up, net liquidity and day trades, and I can blow this up for you, and we'll see what it says here. And I'm not going to dwell on this too much, but I'm just doing it like the first time here so you can see. But, okay, so you can see these numbers on the top of the screen. I'm just trying to blow this up even more here. Blow this up. Okay, let me get out of the way. And we can see these numbers on the top of the screen with the P&L going from 5,700 down to 952 today. It's right over here, 952 today. Okay, and then when we go to the other page here, shows the same thing here, right here. And so let's see, where did that go to? So there it is right there. 952. However, why is this fake news? Well, because of closing marks. What are closing marks? What does that mean? Is that just some sort of excuse? Oh yeah, am I just making an excuse? Like, oh yeah, Dave said it's closing marks, and that's his excuse for he's trying to say that he didn't really lose money. No, closing marks is if you think about options trading, you can think of each option when you've got a stock that's got all these strikes and puts and calls and everything. You can think of each option as a product. And at the end of the day, they figure out some sort of value for that product. And when you get bad marks, it means that the prices that they figured out are not realistic. And so what happens is as soon as stuff starts trading in the morning, it goes back to reality. But they widened out the markets in the last 15 minutes. And so if we look closely at this at the screen that I had behind me that shows losing money, and if I get out of the way here and we look very closely at this, let's see, click this over, we're going to see some information that's going to be of interest to us in figuring out this fake news situation. So if I pull this up, move out of the way. Okay, so here are the two options involved. My position is made up only of these two options here. And if you look closely, you can see the market on these options. And I'm going to even blow this up even further so that you can see it even better. Because this is an important concept. And this is one of the great things about actually publishing the P&L is that we can see these the way things ebb and flow in reality. Okay, so here's the two options I have. I am long the UVXY put 30 contracts, the October 27 put, and you see the closing market on the bottom there is 30 cents bid at 485. So, you know, it's a like a $4.50 wide market. Okay. And then you see, and then I'm short this other one, and that market on the close is 10-cent bid at 445. So almost $4.50 on that one too. So what happens is that they pick a midpoint for these. And so if I click on one of these, we can see, so this option went out 257. Okay, that's what that means. Let me pull it up so you can see it. Can you see it right here? Let's see. Okay, so there you can see it. The option went out $2.57, the 27 put. That's the one we're long. And then if we go back and we look at the other option that we're short, okay, so this is going to be the second option here. This went out 227. So we've got 227 for the option we're short, and we've got 257 for the option we're long. So that means effectively the spread that we own, our whole position is the spread. The spread that we own 30 times, it went out, what did it go out? You can figure it out. 257 minus 227. So that's 30 cents. So 30 cents, in real money, $30, times we had 30 spreads on. So that's $900. So the whole spread went out $900. Now, is the spread worth 30 cents? Well, let me put it this way. If somebody were to actually offer this at 30 cents, I would buy 1,000 of them right now, right? Essentially, when we bought this spread earlier today, now, UVXY was slightly lower, but when we bought this, it was trading about $1.29. So if it was offered at 30 cents right now, I'd buy 1,000. If it was offered at 40 cents now, I'd buy 1,000. So this spread is worth somewhere around $1.20 right now, in my estimation. So it got marked at 30 cents. Thus, 30 times 30 is 900. That's our position getting marked, our account getting marked, $952. And actually, when it got marked down there, it said you have a margin call or something. So I put 50. We added $50 to the account. So there's where you get the $50. So whole position showing worth 30 cents, that spread, plus $50, which we added to the account, is where you get your 952. So in reality, that spread is worth, like I said, about $1.20. So if we do the math, we multiply 30 times $1.20, 30 times $1.20. Sorry, it's late at night. We get $3,600. So the position right now worth about $3,600. So this is fake news here, folks. And UVXY, this happens a lot because they widen the markets out right on the close, and it'll bounce around. Sometimes it will be in your favor. Like this could just as easily have been like, we're up $10,000 today in this. But, and so, you know, you can't, you got to actually do the math. You know, I come and I see, oh, my account's 952, and the first thing I do is do the math because it's very simple. Sometimes you have a very complicated position with several strikes, And then if you have a complicated position to figure it out, you would look at the biggest strikes first, and you'd slowly work your way and figure out where the marks were wrong. And a lot of times you can tell it just by going down through Thinkorswim and seeing how many dollars you lost. So if we were to go back to Thinkorswim here, we could kind of tell from Thinkorswim as well that the marks were off. So for example, we go down here to UVXY, and it shows us losing money on both the puts. I'm going to have to recenter the screen again. I have to figure out how to, maybe I have to get some templates to recenter these screens so that I can do this faster in real time for you folks. But if we pull up the bottom of this, you can see it's showing us losing on the October 24 put, losing $1,100, and the October 27 put, losing $2,100. So losing on both strikes of the spread, which doesn't really make much sense. So that's fake news. There's still money in the account. And you notice that I'm not getting real emotional over things other than that thumbnail picture for, that's just for to try to get views. We don't want to be emotional as traders. You do a trade, you throw the cards over your shoulder, and you move on. I feel comfortable with the trade I made today to roll this stuff out. I actually would have lost more money if I hadn't rolled this stuff out. But, you know, we've got 75 days for this stuff to come back. I posted this on the Options Trader webpage, and some guy was telling me, was writing all this stuff like, oh, everybody knows you're not supposed to leave a position on in a ETF for more than 1 day, and something like that. But I didn't, I guess he didn't understand that I've been studying this stuff for a long time, but that's fine. I love new people coming on board. Hopefully, I can learn something from him. He can learn something from me. So welcome aboard. The other trade that I did today, which is kind of interesting, I guess, is I bought some TQQ. And at this point, it's gone a little bit against, but let's just take a look at that. So this is a leveraged NASDAQ. And we're looking for a little bounce here, right? So here is TQQ over the last, let's see, 20 days. And if I get out of the way, you're going to see it's really crashed over the last 20 days, especially just today. It's really crashed. So, so I decided I would kind of try to buy the dip here a little bit. And so you can see, yeah, it's kind of crashed in the last couple of days. And so I bought the dip here a little bit, bought it down here 54.50, and it actually traded all the way down to 50.96 later. It's not trading right now, but the market seems to be rallying a little bit. E-minis are actually up. They were down like 35 something points. The NASDAQ was down over 100 something points, but now everything's positive for the moment. We'll see if it stays that way. And it's looking like maybe that bounce helped me, is going to work for TQQ. Yeah, this was a big move in UVXY. I'm not quite sure if it was 50% from bottom to top, but it was kind of looking like it was, because at least very close to 50% move in UVXY. This was a big spike, and I'm sure it caught some people off guard. The thing that makes us feel very comfortable and confident is that we're not short upside, and nobody's going to tap us on the shoulder and tell us to cover the position. So we will just hang out, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if the administration does something to try to counteract this down move by, I would think, like maybe signaling that we might get a future rate cut even faster. Something like that will come from the administration, I would think. But either way, we're hanging out. No tears with positions. This is a game like anything else, and we're not going to sit here and be like, bombing out that you lost money or get emotional, because getting emotional is going to cloud your judgment. And that's the last thing we want to do, is cloud our judgment. There's opportunity in the middle of a spike here, of course. And although, my credibility is in question a little bit here because I just got run over publicly on this position, I would recommend to people to put on some sort of short in here in volatility, because we're in the middle of a spike and things are eventually going to go down, whether it's now or in 6 months. Most likely it's going to go down in the next few days, UVXY and VXX. But we'll have to wait and see. So thank you for all the support from everybody and for all the views for this video. That's really great. I think this is a great idea, sharing the P&L, because we can talk about things like marks. You can see how a real position operates in real time, because it's not the same as you're taught about. You're told certain things, but in reality, the mechanics of trading is a different world than what you're taught in books and stuff like that. So let's experience this together. It's been 2 bad days for the position, but I think we're almost ready to make a comeback. So let's see if we can make a comeback here with this. And that brings us to tomorrow. Like I said, stuff is rallying for now. We'll see if it's the same thing at this time tomorrow. So check back with me. We'll see how the position does. If you have any recommendations or questions, comments, criticism, please feel free to leave it, and I will see you in the next video. I feel this vulnerability of and a couple people actually have attacked me already, like, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. I know I'm opening myself up to that with this, but, it's very easy for people to say you did the wrong thing when you lose money. Oh, I obviously wouldn't have done that, they say. Well, I know I'm opening myself up to that, but it's worthwhile to teach people about how real trading works with options. So hopefully you get something out of this, and tell a friend. Please consider giving $1 towards Patreon. Losing $4,779. If your buck is contributed to Patreon, then it will be only $47,778 lost. So give $1, help out, leave a comment, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Last print for UVXY was 41.69 bid at 42.62. However, futures now are indicated lower. So at this point, there is a little recovery going on, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. All right, thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you in the next video.